Welcome to the HMG Executive Leadership Spotlight. Here's our host, Hunter Muller.
Hello and welcome to the HMG Spotlight. I'm Hunter Muller, founder and CEO of HMG Strategy. I'm here with Melina Scotto. Melina is the Large Cap CISO of the Year. Congratulations on being an HMG Global Leadership Institute CISO of the Year.
Thank you, Hunter. It was a thrill to be nominated, and I share this award with all of the other nominees.
Hey, Melina, you've had an amazing career, and you're a top DC insider in terms of understanding Washington and the whole cyber world. Talk to us about your leadership style and your career ascent.
Certainly. I think my leadership style is collaborative. I want to be a partner in innovation rather than an impediment to innovation. I believe for many years, and certainly early in my career, it was common for a cybersecurity department to be, the department of no. And we can't be that way anymore. We need to consider cyber risk as a business risk and make sure that everything that we do for our organization is with that balance between innovation and strong cybersecurity.
Well said. Melina, it's really truly unprecedented times in our industry. Talk to us a little bit about your view on the global landscape. Our conference series is around being a global visionary leader.
Yes, I think when it comes to being a global leader, and this is both for the corporate side of the house and for federal agencies and worldwide agencies, we want to embrace those latest and greatest technologies. We know that they come with a risk, and we have to find a way to implement them without negatively impacting the overall risk to the digital footprint, to the business operations, or to our reputation.
Keeping the enterprise safe and secure is a pretty tall order these days. When you think about the whole enterprise profile and the enterprise risk assessment, what do you think about most?
In the past year or so, I will say a few themes have emerged, right? There's been successful credential attacks that are weakening MFA, which we would have called the gold standard of access control just a couple of years ago. So I think when we think of strategic technology spend, both in the Fortune 500 area and in federal agencies, we need to think about access control and identity management, and consider authentication based on the FIDO passkey standard and not, the old two-factor of times gone by.
It's again an interesting time, and you have to get the business on board and the C-suite on board as well, right?
Absolutely. I think when it comes to getting the C-suite and the business on board, we have to break those traditional silos that have been, in IT for the past 20 or so years. Cyber can't live here, and then, our operations here, and then separately our developers and separately our engineers. We need to build cybersecurity into each one of those traditional silos. And in that way, we've got a better chance to have a high performance team and speed things like those internal cybersecurity assessments that are often those pain points for the business side of the house.
What would be the one question you'd have, or the one piece of advice you'd have for your industry, your peers in your industry overall, on how to uplift the role of the CISO to be truly that business partner in the C-suite with the line of business?
I think it's talking to your board, getting in front of them every quarter, optimally, but at least once a year, to talk to them about how cyber risk is impacting the business risk. Particularly, another theme that we saw is with SaaS products. Of course, we want to get all this latest and greatest SaaS products into our digital footprint, but they do come with some associated risks, and we need to talk about them and not sweep them under the rug. Really say, hey, we want to embrace all of these latest, greatest functionalities and innovations, but they might come with some associated risk. Are we willing to open our risk appetite a little bit and consider some of these new technologies?
Well, it really truly is unprecedented time right now with these open SaaS cloud platforms interoperating with traditional legacy kind of transaction systems. We've never seen this kind of risk landscape or risk profile before, have we?
No, we certainly have not. One part of it is, good old fashioned hygiene and risk assessment that we have to build into these relationships from, the MSAs and the MOUs and all of our contracts at the initiation of the endeavor together, and get a sense for how risky this business is that we are going to partner with. And I think when it comes to these SaaS providers, there has been in the past this idea that caveat emptor, it's on the customer to secure these things. But I think that that's coming back around, especially with some of the latest language from the federal government, who is putting the onus on the software vendor to secure their products before they go into um, the commerce.
Thank you for that, Melina. When you think about our next generation of IT leaders, I was just on a call with an advisory board talking about, let's get our next generation IT leaders, let's bring them up through some mentorship outreach programs. When you think about the next generation of CISO leaders, what would you say to them to encourage them to lean into the industry and become an IT security executive?
Well, I think becoming a world-class, professional, as well as building your team, is all about constant care and constant education. Keep getting those certifications, both within the general umbrella of cybersecurity and any niche that you want to, that speaks to you. There are as many different types of CISOs as there are different types of businesses out there. So you build your own definition of what creating a world-class culture is for you, and don't look back, because there will be a company that needs exactly that.
When you think about it, right, we're not going out of business anytime soon. Latest McKinsey study says 300% increase in ransomware over the next 3 to 5 years.
That's right. I speak, and I've gone through the FBI CISO Academy, which is a public-private partnership for CISOs, where we talk about this quite a lot. We are fighting the same people, as it were, the folks who, cyber criminals that attack the agencies during their day job, if you will, for nation states, are the same ones whose side hustle is to attack by means of ransomware as a service, malware as a service, and it's quite lucrative. As long as folks keep paying ransoms, there will be a market here for this. But the FBI has been very good about getting partnerships together, making sure that disaster recovery testing and training and so forth has an FBI person available to them if they would like it, so that they can maybe take advantage of some of the decryptors that they have available to them gratis, so that they can kind of get to the bottom of, the success of these ransomware attack companies. They are full-blown global companies, and it's all about the money.
It's interesting. When you think of your career ascent, any big key decisions that you made that really a new door opened up that was just kind of brought you up to that next level, a story that you'd like to share?
Oh, sure. I think I came up through the 90s in database management. One day the boss said, you're in charge of the network. And so it was done. I was always ready to take that extra challenge, whatever it was, and went up through the ranks of network engineering and IT management. I think my biggest crossroads was in federal contracting, when I was offered the opportunity to respond to RFPs and really design cybersecurity solutions based on the language of what the agency wanted, and really get creative and use my imagination about how I thought we could, address whatever problem they were having in cybersecurity. And that led me to more strategic thinking. So I would say to particularly engineers who haven't had the opportunity to write or haven't really thought about creative writing as a tool in their tool belt, to maybe reconsider that, because that communication piece and that creative piece of building something truly new is what's going to set you apart from your competition.
I couldn't agree with you more, Melina. In fact, I was just having this discussion with my team today, and it was about strategic thinking, setting a context, thinking with the end in mind, reverse engineering a successful idea, to your point, composing or creating a storyline, a narrative, and then driving that through to completion. That's what it's about, right?
That's it exactly.
Well said. Hey, Melina, I want to thank you so much for being engaged in the recent summit in DC. You were stellar, amazing there. Looking forward to having you at another summit in 2024 and beyond. And congratulations for the recognition of the 2024 HMG Global Leadership Institute CISO of the Year, Large Cap CISO of the Year. Congratulations.
Thank you, sir.
For more information, please visit hmgstrategy.com and keep up to date by following us on our social media platforms. Thank you.